Hey beauties, it's Riri. We are diving right in. It is date night, and look, before y'all get too excited for me, because y'all know I don't leave my house, and y'all congratulate me in the comments, date night's at home. Anyways, we are inviting my sister and her boyfriend over tonight for some dinner, so I want to just kind of sit down and relax and have some fun with you guys, catch up, test a ton of new makeup. We've got some new Too Faced. I'm trying some new ColourPop. I have one of the new Hourglass palettes. Yes, please. We have the very viral NYX Powder Louder Brow Pencil. Y'all know my brows need help, honey. And of course, the Danessa Myricks palette. I have showcased this a couple of times, but I want to do a full-on look with you guys. I have the Urban Decay New All Nighter. We have the Huda Beauty Easy Blur. All kinds of stuff. A lot of this I have already been testing out. I do have full videos and stuff with this and the Danessa Myricks. Everything else is pretty much new to me and going to be new showcasing on the channel. If you're new, I hope you stick around and subscribe. Give the video a thumbs up. I'd love to have you here. I also have a brand new channel called Darissa Explains It All, where it is a more real, raw, chit-chatty, a little bit more candid version of myself. First of all, we're going to test out some lip products and then we'll dive in. Actually, let me prime first and then we'll do lips. Also, if you're new here, I am a neurodivergent beauty, so yeah, I'm gonna stumble over my words. I may get lost in thought, I may repeat myself, things like that, but that is who I am. This is a safe space. It is a come as you are space, so thank you for being here. This is the Pinky Bee Beauty, the Had Me At Illuminating Primer. I did kind of demo this a little bit. I think I got this in my BoxyCharm. I'm pretty sure it was my BoxyCharm, but I did demo it and I loved how it looked initially. I only did it on my hand, but then it kind of had a little bit of like sparkle or mica in it. So I want to kind of see how that translates once it's on my actual face. So I'm going to go in and just do a little bit. It does have this beautiful kind of pearl essence to it. I think even before I even kind of smooth it out, you can see that. And the level of illumination that I had on my hand when I demoed it was stunning. But I am somebody that wants illumination, hydration, glow. I don't want a bunch of like sparkle and stuff as far as like a skincare or prep type product, if that makes any sense. But it did look pretty enough that even though I was seeing some sparkle, I still did want to demo it on my actual skin. All right. And I do like, just kind of pro tip, I like to let everything sit in place before I go on to the next step. So, whoa, that's glowy. Wow. Ooh, I look like the Tin Man, y'all. Yeah, I'm definitely seeing that little sparkle. I'm going to see how it sets down. And as long as I don't actually see that peeking through the foundation, I'm okay. Oh my gosh. Wow. If you are a dry skin beauty like myself, you may like this. We're going to see what happens. But I like to do skincare and I wait. I like to prime and I wait. Then I go in with my foundation. Now we're gonna dive into some new lip products. These are the brand new So Juicy Plumping Lip Liners. I got the shade Jaguar and these are from ColourPop, so drugstore pricing. Yes, please. So I wanna kind of compare this to my all-time favorite lip liner, and it is the Too Faced Lip Injection, the Extreme Lip Plumping Liners. I love those, like so much so that I bought 2 more when they did the Ulta sale. I do really like the packaging here. And I really like that shade. It is retractable, so it does go up and down. Okay. A little too creamy for me in the sense of it was a little bit hard to kind of control it, as you guys could probably see. And for me, when it's ultra creamy like this, especially for like lips, because we are pressing and moving and talking and eating and stuff like that, I don't feel like this is going to be long wearing. Of course, I will update you guys, and I don't feel anything just yet. We'll see what happens. I'm not counting it out. Next up is the Too Faced Lip Injection Maximum Plump Duo. This is their limited edition holiday set. And again, these are one of my all-time favorite products. I love these. Like I have multiples, you guys. I love these. So we have Amethyst Crystal and Diamond Fire. And I actually did already test out the Amethyst Crystal, and y'all, baby, these pack a punch, which I love. That's why I love these so much. So I'm going to go in. Maybe should have demoed that without lip product underneath, but I'll swatch it for y'all as well. but it's like a beautiful pink. I feel like I'm seeing like a fiery shift of like a green and stuff in there. Really, really stunning. I'm not sure if that's going to come across. But these feel lovely on the lips. I love them and I swear by them. I think they're fantastic and I love the 2 shades. So, okay, now that we actually have something on our lips, boy, we are glowy, honey. We're going to go in with the Huda Beauty Easy Blur. This is the Natural Airbrush Foundation. This is in Cheesecake 250G. This is a little light for me right now, but I got it because we're shifting into fall time, so obviously I'm going to lose my tan. So y'all don't judge me, okay? I'm going to shake. And I've used this now. I think this will be my 7th time that I'm using it. I'm going to work from the back of my hand and just put a little bit of product here. I have really been loving this. Honestly, so much so that it might take over the top spot of my favorite foundation, you guys. I know. Who am I? All right, I'm not going to be super long-winded about this. Like I said, I do have actual dedicated videos for this particular foundation. Also, if you are new here, you will notice that I do not use concealer. If and when I do, it is very sparingly. And if I'm using concealer, this is also kind of another tip that I give when I do clients as well. If you know you're going to go in with concealer, or if you want to color correct or something like that, I like to do it before foundation application, and then I do not take my foundation all the way to the under eye. If I am not using any type of concealer, I take my foundation all the way to the top with whatever residual product is left after kind of pouncing it into this part of my complexion, if that makes sense. That way I'm getting a little bit of coverage here that I'm kind of looking for, but it's not too much. It's not an overabundance of product on the skin. I have found that this foundation wears incredibly well on my skin in particular. And it's more of a soft matte, but very, very skin-like. And the first time that I did use it, so I'll kind of see if that happens again. It has not since I first used it because I kind of prep a little bit differently now. But the first time that I used it, I did notice that for me personally, I do have obviously dry textured skin. I did notice it kind of clinging to dry patches, but as long as you are well hydrated prior to, you're not going to have to worry about that. All right, I kind of feel like a floating head, but hey, that's okay. I am happy to report that I think I like the primer. I'm not seeing that kind of mica or like super shimmery finish that I was kind of pre the foundation. The lip liner has done nothing and it's already kind of spreading and bleeding. It's not the fault of that necessarily. Things travel and things move and shift and stuff like that, especially as we age, and that's okay. I don't think I'm a fan. Next up, I'm gonna go into the let's try brows. Let's do brows next. This is the NYX Powder Louder Brow Pencil. I got ash brown. Woo, we'll see what happens with that. Let me grab some tweezers because I hate this type of packaging. I'm a massive fan of NYX brow products. I have a ton of them. I repurchase them over and over and over again. I love them. And for them to be such an affordable brand, you know, affordable in quotes, I think they do a great job. Like, genuinely, they do a great job. I'm not a fan all the time of their eyeshadow formula. I kind of equate their formula to like ColourPop. Yes, they're pretty. Some of the shades are really nice. They perform okay. They blend okay. To me, and in my opinion, they don't last very long on the lids, and they're not very long lasting. So that's something that's super important to me with, I mean, any makeup product, but more specifically eyeshadow. Sorry, y'all. Look, I'm trying to waste time so I can get this damn packaging open. Anyways, how are you guys doing? Are y'all ready for fall? Is it already cold where you are at? It doesn't really get cold here, and obviously everybody's, you know, definition of cold is different, but it doesn't really get cold here till like January, February-ish. It'll get down into like the 50s, which to me, that's not cold. To me, that feels great. But I know for some people, like even 60 feels a little bit chilly. All right, I do actually really like the packaging. And then we have our spoolie, and I love a little short kind of stubby spoolie, so I think I'm gonna love the spoolie part. And then it's kind of a traditional brow pencil, but it's supposed to be more of a like powder and supposed to be able to kind of fill in the brow. So I'm going to, actually let me brush my hairs down just a little bit. And y'all look, ignore the brows, okay? They are a work in progress. 1990s, just, you know. Alright. And I don't know how the color is going to be. Oh, not bad. Oh, I can already feel the texture of this is so different. Definitely feels powdery. Like, that is the best way that I can describe it. It doesn't feel like stiff and waxy, which I'm a fan of this already. Very pigmented. But looks a little bit less harsh and a little bit softer, dare I say, than most brow pencils. Okay. Oh yeah, that's nice. But I love the fall time, you guys. Like, I love everything about it. I love that the weather shifts and we're cooling off and stuff like that. I mean, especially for me, because it is incredibly hot and muggy here in the, like, warmer months. This is nice. So I crave fall time. I also am a fan of spooky season. Like, I love Halloween, all things about it. And then of course I love the holidays, and then my son's birthday is also, you know, in the colder months. So I don't know. I have a special love for cooler weather for sure. And speaking of spooky season and stuff like that, I am gearing up. I'm starting to kind of prep and prepare for October videos. I'm going to be doing a 31 days of palettes. So I would like to know your suggestions, your ideas. I did recently film a palette declutter. If you did want to go and check that out, you can kind of come back here and comment and say, hey, I would like to see a look with this palette, this palette. You know, are there palettes you would like to just see eye swatches with? Or, you know, I plan on doing a lot of different things, not just doing tutorials, but I really want to have an emphasis on, you know, more like fall leaning palettes or like spooky season palettes. So y'all let me know, comment down below, let me know what you would like to see. I love this. I think this is great. I am going to go in with my Air Brow from Kosmetics, and I'm going to set. I also want to ask too, and the reason I got the ash brown is because I'm getting a lot of gray in my hair as well as in my brows. I'm feeling like I still need like a pen, so I may go through with a pen as well. But I would like to know from you guys if you have any experience or whatever, if you have very dark hair. Milani Weekend Brow, again, drugstore pricing, one of my favorites as well. And I'm just going to do flicking motions just to kind of fill in any kind of extra sparse areas. I love that pencil. Like, that looks so nice, you guys. But in saying that, I'm kind of transitioning my brow products, which is strange for me because I've kind of used the same colors for many, many years. But I also kind of want to know if you are somebody who is, you know, going gray, is already fully gray, whatever the case may be. If you have extremely dark hair, at what point would you kind of let the grays just kind of show through? And I'm asking because look, the whole, I don't know why people don't feel right about aging and stuff like that. I'm happy to have wrinkles and fine lines and all that kind of stuff. Maybe that's a me thing. I don't know. I think it's a gift to be able to get older. So I don't understand like the shame behind age and all that kind of stuff, especially in the beauty space. I embrace all of it, including the gray hair. But my thing is with that my hair being so dark, I mean, and you can, hopefully you guys can see, I think you can. Like, I have a ton of grays, you guys, like a lot. My thing is, I really want to embrace it fully. However, when you have very dark hair, it doesn't look the best. Like, I've let my top part of my hair kind of grow out and be like my natural color instead of having purples and pinks and whatever. And I just don't like it. And it's not because of the gray. It's because I think there's such a stark contrast between the colorful hair that I kind of still have and then my dark hair and then the gray. Versus like my friends and family that have blonde hair and kind of transitioned into gray. It was more of a natural transition, if that makes any sense. So when did you transition, or how did you transition? Did you kind of wait for most of your hair to kind of be gray and then you decided to go gray? I need some advice, y'all. I need some advice, for real. Okay, next up, yes please, is the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Edit Unlock. This is the Evil Eye, or the medium shade, I do believe. I did purchase a palette last year, but I ended up getting one that was just a little too deep for me and didn't quite work for me. But I am a massive, massive fan of Hourglass Cosmetics. And I did have, I think, a 15% off coupon when I got this. If you have, which this is going to be beautiful on anybody, for real. But if you are somebody like me that you do have drier skin, texture skin, mature skin, you have larger pores, things like that, there is something beautiful and special about their formulation for their face products. I am a huge fan. I am a huge fan. Oh my gosh. I have not even swatched this or anything yet. But we have a finishing powder, we have some blushes, and then we also have a bronzer, and I love that. And I think the value here, in my opinion, is great. I'm going to go in with a tapered but kind of flimsy brush. This is the Jessup set. They're kind of supposed to be like some of the Morphe something dupes. I couldn't tell you. But I'm going to go in right here first. I'm going to tap it off. But there's something just beautiful and lit from within and ethereal, and just their powder formula is stunning, you guys. Absolutely stunning. It sets beautifully on the skin. It's going to set everything in place without ever looking chalky or, you know, cakey or just too much. Is something special about it. And not even like glowy or ethereal as in like you're going to be shimmery and you're going to be sparkly or anything like that. It's just a whisper. You know what I'm saying? It's just this whisper of, it just makes you look like you're lit from within. I love their products. I do swear by their products. I think they're stunning. And I don't oftentimes, if you've been here a while, you know this, I'm not somebody that buys a lot of very high-end or very like luxe type products because I don't feel like it's necessary. I think drugstore or mid-tier is just as good. But there's something about this quality. If you can get it on sale especially and you've kind of been eyeing their formula, I think they're great. Next, I'm going to go into my big fluffy brush. I'm going to kind of pinch it just a little bit just because the pans are a little bit smaller. And I'm actually going to go in between both of these shades right here to use as bronzer. And I am going to tap that off. I'm going to pinch my brush. My bronzer, I like to keep up here. Oh, it's so pretty. And I kind of start up here, especially when I'm kind of testing a new product, but it just kind of looks a little bit more pretty and natural in my opinion. But I start up here, and then that way, if it doesn't look the best, if it becomes muddy or patchy or whatever gets too dark, when I put my hair down, you're not really going to see it. You know what I'm saying? The only thing that I don't like is because I really love to use a super big fluffy brush. So I wish the pan size was a little bit bigger. And obviously when you buy their full-size singles and stuff like that, you're not going to have that issue. But there's just something about how these lay on the skin and really give this beautiful kind of, it's stunning. They give a beautiful kind of satin-like quality to the skin. All right, next up, I'm going to go into the highlighter-y shade. I think I said this was a blush. That's a finishing powder, a highlighter shade, blush, 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 bronzer. But of course, you can use them however you want to use them. So I am going to go in right here, again, with kind of a more like flimsy brush. And when I'm doing my highlight, I like to press it in place and kind of really manipulate it into the skin, if that makes any sense. Especially because I do have very textured skin and larger pores. And again, I'm kind of keeping all of these products a little bit higher up. And now if you're looking for like wham bam, oh my gosh, going from here to outer space, these are not for you. You can see though just how beautiful and, dare I say, a little bit more natural, if you will. It just kind of looks like I'm a little bit glowy from sweat. But I love the formula, you guys. It's so beautiful. They wear well and are incredibly long lasting as well on the skin. There's something beautiful about them. Now, am I telling you need this? No. I am not that girl. I am not that channel to be like, you need to go get this, go run out and get this right now. I don't like that and I don't believe in that. I also am not somebody that believes in FOMO. Do you need this? No. If you want it and you think you could benefit from having it, then you can make the executive decision to purchase it for yourself. Same brush, and I think I'm going to kind of dip into both blushes. And surprisingly, because they're so natural on the skin, they pack a punch, so be careful. And with this, I'm going to spread the love on both cheeks. I'm going to lightly pop it. You can kind of see that diffusion between my bronzer into the highlight, into the blush. I mean, like y'all, that's stunning. I love this. I'm so happy to have one that I can use every single shade of. I love their formula. I cannot speak highly enough of their formula. Now, something else that I do all the time, consistently, is when I have all of my powder products on, I'm going to go in with a refreshing spray or a setting spray, and you can use any one that you have. And you don't need a lot. I don't know why people do 8,000 squirts of setting spray. You don't need that much. Anyways, this smells great. I feel like it works well. It kind of hydrates and brings everything forward. Now, the reason I do this, and then I'm going to go in very softly. I'm barely touching my skin. This is a dry sponge. And the reason that I do this also works if you have oily skin, but most importantly, because I do have dry textured skin, there's something about doing this after all of my powder products are on that just refreshes the skin, brings everything back to life, kind of makes sure that everything is one with the skin as opposed to sitting on top of the skin, if that makes sense. So now you can see how beautiful our complexion is looking. From here, I'm going to prime just lightly with the Alter Ego primer on my eyes, just a little bit. I am going in pretty much with just shimmer, so I don't probably really need it. And that was gifted. Then we're going to go into the Danessa Myricks, the Lightwork palette, the Freedom palette. Again, I already have some videos up. I go in with my fingers. That's the reason I really love this too. And that was kind of her preface for this whole thing, was like, hey, one and done, stick your finger in, pop on a look. I think I'm wearing a dress today, and it's got like navies, oranges, and stuff like that. So I feel like I'm going to go right here first with my pinky. And this is kind of my signature, in quotes, look. I go in with 3 different shimmers or 3 different whatever sparkly type looks or sparkly type shadows just with my finger, and I just press them on. I go in with the lightest shade for the inner corner. I'm going to pick another shade. Let's go here. And then I'll pop that in the center of the lid. And I like doing this because, first of all, it's very beginner friendly. I do try to make sure that everything here on my channel is beginner friendly, but it's easy as heck, you guys, but impactful. And that's my favorite thing. And then I think I'll go down here. I don't know if that's going to match because I forgot this has a lot of green in it. Oh well. But super beautiful, super impactful, and you can see obviously how incredibly easy that was. Now, of course, you could go in and place some mattes down. You could use, you know, a tacky primer if you wanted to. I don't feel like it's personally necessary. And I love this palette. I've been loving it. Let me do the other eye. I'm going to toss on some Maybelline Sky High, and I'll BRB for some final thoughts. All right, here's our finished look. I did go in and finish up the eyes. I put this on the lower lash line, and then I went in with this shade right here on the brow bone. I'll do a quick rundown. Of course, I love this. I'm thrilled to have this. So excited to have this. Cannot speak highly enough of the Hourglass powders. They are phenomenal. I just want to note too, because I do not buy a lot of luxury makeup, if you will, I always take advantage of, do I have points saved up? Can I go to the website and get like can I go to the website and get that 10 or 15% off discount that they offer kind of to start with? Things like that. I typically do not spend full price on things, and I take advantage of Affirm and Afterpay and things like that. So here is our finished look. And I love everything except for that liner. That liner, it ain't good, in my opinion. I love this, been using it, been swearing by it. It's fantastic, you guys. Of course, I'm a fan of the Too Faced lip injection, the glosses and stuff like that. I think this is super, super pretty. I like the little tingle that it gives. And to me, it's not too much. If you're very sensitive to, you know, lip plumpers and tingling, this is not for you. And again, I love these so much. I love the palettes a lot. And I love the setting spray. It feels nice. The mister's nice and fine. It smells nice. And then this brow product is phenomenal. Like, I am going to wait till they do another like BOGO or a free gift with purchase type of thing, and I'm going to get some more. And shockingly, you guys, and my mirror is always right here, so I'm seeing myself very, very up close. This is great. So I will continue to use this. The only dud in my opinion, was the liner. And I kind of feel that same way with some of their eyeliners as well. I know that they're a cult classic, you guys, and they have a ton of colors. They're affordable. I get all of that. I'm about long wearability. So yeah, this is going to be off my lips in 5 seconds. I already know that. So here's my finished date night look. What do you guys think? Do you guys have any of these products? Please comment down below too and let me know what palettes or what looks or what you would like to see, swatch videos, whatever, of my 31 days of palettes. Is there anything else you guys would like to see from me? Thank you so much for being here. Thank you to my beautiful channel members. I love you. Stay happy, healthy, and safe. And of course, y'all, of course, be your own best beautiful. Bye, beauties.